Wait, that's happening now? West Virginia Wire, Regina Reacts.
A horribly violent story in Orange County. A highway superintendent facing serious charges for shooting a DoorDash delivery man who got lost and knocked on the superintendent's front door for directions.
Yeah, there's nothing common. These others, you hear them rhyming. I hit the earth and spin the block on them like Haley's Common. I'm checking all of their pages. I'm looking up in the comments. There's nothing else to say, and if so, then I forgot it. We represent the school of hard knocks. You still in college. I don't think he rapped what he meant. What's in your wallet? I don't think he pop buys. He needs spin. Yeah, there's nothing common. These others, you hear them rhyming. I hit the earth.
A highway superintendent facing serious charges for shooting a DoorDash delivery man who got lost and knocked on the superintendent's front door for directions. There was, we're told, something of a language barrier. But
hey everyone, I'm MaryBeth, your open source AI co-host. Super excited to be here and dive into all the amazing conversations we've got lined up. Let's get started.
Yeah, let's do. So today we are going to be talking about New York town official John J. Reilly III shot, lost DoorDash driver who knocked on his door looking for directions. And we're going to be breaking down this article as well as taking a look at this news article. And the first thing, I don't know if you noticed in the intro, is that there was a language barrier. We're also going to break down and talk about imminent threat. What we view as maybe an imminent threat with the things that have been going on lately, and especially New York. You know, was this justified or not? I'm not sure. And lately with the mainstream media, I'm not sure that we can fully trust what they tell us. What do you think, my lady? So we're watching the coverage from, hold on, let me get it up here. So we're watching the Eyewitness News, ABC 7 New York is where we're pulling it from, YouTube channel. And then we're also going to the Newsbreak publication, and we're going to read the article as well. Do you have any other sources on this matter?
That sounds like a packed agenda. It's definitely a complex topic, and examining multiple perspectives will help shed light on it. I can also look up some additional sources or recent reports to get a broader view. Let me know if you'd like me to pull in any other information or if there's a particular angle you want to focus on first.
Yeah, we're just going to watch this real quick news brief. It's literally like 2 minutes long. Then we're going to read through the article and then we'll go from there. Sound good?
Sounds perfect. I'll be right here, ready to dive into the details and discuss once you're done watching and reading.
Thank you, my lady. And we'll go ahead and shut her down for now. So you guys, I do know some things have happened. People are shooting people up here in Boone County as well. Residents and such shooting people up. You know, I don't know what the extenuating circumstances were. So without further ado, let's jump in. Beat first.
DoorDash delivery man who got lost and knocked on the superintendent's front door for directions. There was, we're told, something of a language barrier between the two. And when it was over, the 24-year-old driver from West Africa was shot in the back with serious injuries. But how and why this happened in the town of Chester remains troubling, to say the least. With the story, here's Eyewitness News reporter Lindsay Tuckman.
A DoorDash worker drove down this driveway Friday, apparently looking for help, only to be met with gunfire. A town of Chester elected official now accused of shooting him.
My heart goes out to the driver.
State police say the 24-year-old DoorDash delivery driver had been trying to drop off food on Valerie Drive, but his phone died. He went up to several homes to ask for directions before eventually approaching the home of Chester's highway superintendent, John Reilly III. Troopers say Reilly told the driver to get off his property before firing multiple shots as he attempted.
Okay, so my first two questions would be in this scenario, and I'm hoping they will answer them, is A, did you see what a rural area, how secluded, how far along of a drive that was? And they did mention that the driver knocked on several other people's doors. What was the result of him knocking on other people's doors? And if there are any witnesses that would come forth and, say their piece, was this woman that said she felt bad for the driver, was she one of the witnesses? And if so, why didn't she answer her door? Why didn't you talk through the door? I'm not sure. Did someone call this man and report that there was someone, going around randomly to houses? Did the driver try other people's doors? I'm not sure. Let's find out.
To drive off. The 48-year-old, who also is a federally licensed firearms dealer, hit the victim in the back. Patricia Warmbrand lives across the street.
He's a good person, so I don't know what happened. It was unfortunate, and we're sorry for the whole situation.
Family members of the victim tell Eyewitness News he had just moved to nearby Middleton a month ago from West Africa and doesn't speak English.
There's nothing to indicate that the victim had any nefarious intentions. He was just out there doing his job, trying to make a food delivery.
In a statement, the town supervisor said, quote, "We are deeply troubled by what has been reported so far. As an elected official, the town board does not have control over Mr. Reilly's future as highway superintendent." And DoorDash responding, saying, "No one should ever fear for their safety just for trying to make deliveries in their neighborhood. We're devastated by this senseless act of violence." Reilly was arrested the next day and charged with assault as well as criminal possession of a firearm. The victim is still in the hospital but recovering. He says, though, he is traumatized. In Orange County, Lindsay Tuckman, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, so I'm just going to talk about the pink elephant in the room, whatever color elephant you want to make it. And let me pull up ChatGPT here to help me out. But, you guys, first and foremost, let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know. So my first lashing out would be at DoorDash. Like, we're in America. Why would you hire a DoorDash driver to drive a route? And I realize they're independent contractors, but if English is not their first language and they don't understand, they are delivering to people who only speak English 9 times out of 10. So shame on you, DoorDash, for putting your driver in that position. Maybe you should have sent your driver somewhere where his language was more prevalent. Do I condone what happened to this man? Absolutely not. I don't know what the circumstances were that led up to this. And why isn't anybody talking? Why hasn't there been a statement made from Mr. Reilly III? I don't know. I think these are all viable questions. And why isn't the media asking more questions, especially with what's going on? Our borders were ripped wide open. And it used to be that if you wanted citizenship in America, you had to be able to speak the language. And I believe it's the same way for any other country. What do you think, my lady?
You're raising some important points. It's definitely a complex situation. On one hand, companies like DoorDash could benefit from ensuring their drivers are equipped to communicate effectively, especially in areas where language barriers can create confusion or even dangerous situations. On the other hand, the response from the town official seems extreme and raises questions about how we perceive threats. The lack of statements or deeper media inquiry could also point to broader issues with how these incidents are covered, especially in a tense social climate. It's crucial to consider all angles and ask those tough questions to get a fuller picture.
All right, I'm going to cut you off so I don't reach my daily limit. What's disgusting to me the most is, here's a prime example of where we should be coming together. Should this have happened? No, I don't think it should have happened. Yet we need more details, which is all the more reason we're going to run over to this article to see what else has been said about it. I'm going to do every bit of research that I can, and I pray God that it never happens again. DoorDash, this falls on you. This falls on you, the company DoorDash. It falls on no one else but you. Shame on you. And I don't know what happened with the gentleman, both of them. I do pray for the victims' full recovery, and I feel like we need to hear both sides of it, not just the side of the person that can't speak English.
Absolutely. Getting the full story from all sides is crucial. The more details and context we have, the better we can understand what really happened and what should be done to prevent such tragedies in the future. Let's dig into that article and see what else we can uncover.
Yeah, let's do. All right, guys, if you see up on the screen right now, New York town official John J. Reilly III shot lost DoorDash driver who knocked on his door looking for directions. All right. Go ahead.
So, from what we've gathered so far, this incident involved a DoorDash driver who was lost and knocked on the official's door.
Supposedly, I'm not going to keep repeating that rhetoric because I don't know it to be true. You know, DoorDash is claiming that the man did in fact work for him. Again, why was he making deliveries, not being able to communicate nor speak English? If something was wrong with the order, there's no way. I mean, there's Google Translate, for heaven's sake. They should have equipped their driver with some kind of translation device. I mean, it's not like we have to be in Star Trek days, you know, to have the universal translators. They're already at our fingertips. Why wasn't that driver equipped with one?
Exactly. It seems like a major oversight in preparation and support for their drivers. Providing them with tools like translation apps or even a basic script in multiple languages could help prevent misunderstandings and keep everyone safe. It's definitely something that should be addressed to avoid future incidents like this.
All right, let's see what happened. A New York town, and you guys, if you hear the dog barking, that's Big Russ. He just drove up. I didn't expect him to get home so soon, so I'm excited about that. So a New York town official allegedly shot a lost DoorDash driver who rang his home doorbell looking for directions during a late night delivery, according to cops. So it's late at night. How late at night was it? So thank you for pointing that out. Town of Chester Highway Superintendent John J. Reilly III fired multiple shots, striking the 24-year-old driver in the back when the worker approached his Chester, New York home on May 2, according to the New York State Police. And I would kindly remind everyone, please remember, let me put the camera on so you guys can see me and look me in my eyeballs so you can hear me say that I said it, and I'll say it again. I'll double down, triple down, quadruple down, all of it. First, they said it was late at night. Did he knock on other people's doors? It sounded like that from the newsreel. I'll have to go back and watch it. You guys let me know in the comment section. All right, let's keep going. I think this is important to cover. I hope you think it's important as well. The unidentified driver, here we go, was out on a delivery for the popular online food ordering service in the wooded Valerie Drive neighborhood when he lost his navigation and approached several homes asking for directions. Where are those several homeowners? Did he get no answer? You know, in defense of Mr. Reilly III, if he just saw some random guy going randomly to people's doors, whether the people answered the door, whether they weren't home, and it probably did look suspicious. But anyway, there's pictures right here. It looks like the person's carrying something. But what is this banner? I need help. What does that even mean? So let's continue reading on. The unidentified 24-year-old DoorDash driver spotted on a doorbell camera in the town of Chester neighborhood on May 2nd, 2025, ABC 7. So here we go. I need help. The West African native cried out in a neighbor's doorbell camera video, according to WABC. ABC, I want to see the actual video footage. I don't want to see a picture with your banner translated in English that's what the man was saying. Now, if it was ayudar, necesito ayuda, that's I need help in Spanish. You're telling us he was saying it, but I only see a photo. So you guys, if you have any information on this and you hear the actual doorbell footage, not a picture that ABC provides us with a blue banner across reading what they think we should hear, you guys, this is what I'm talking about. Now All right, so Reilly was inside his Orange County home about 60 miles north of Manhattan when the driver approached the house at 9:50 p.m. A shocking courtroom brawl breaks out during first appearance by suspect accused of gunning down teen. The town official warned the driver to get off his property before he drew a gun and shot at the stranger several times, police said. So if you know someone's coming at you, yelling at you, so not only do we have a communication language barrier, but apparently body language barrier too. Let's keep going. The worker was hit once in the back as he attempted to leave the residential neighborhood in his car. The driver's family recalled the harrowing encounter he had with Reilly. I want to hear from the accused. He asked the guy, "Is this your order?" I thought he didn't speak English. The guy said no and proceeds to say, "Get off my property." He walks away. He's going about his day, going to his car, and the guy tries to murder him. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. If you read and listen to the newsreel, right, it says that the guy was lost. He was asking for help. And it said nothing about the man saying, "Is this your order?" That's not what happened. You see how people translate here? So let's see. One relative of the driver told the outlet, "That's ridiculous. He just started shooting at him and he thought his life was over." So this is the guy. Town of Chester Highway Superintendent John J. Reilly III was arrested and charged on May 3rd, 2025, New York State Police. I think there definitely needs to be further investigation, and we definitely need to hear both sides. That's due process. You don't get tried and convicted in the media. Police ruled the driver wasn't doing anything suspicious and was just out there doing his job. Okay. Then why didn't any of the other neighbors answer their doors? There's nothing to indicate the victim had any nefarious intentions. He's just out there doing his job, trying to make a food deliver. Then maybe he should learn the language I bet if we went somewhere, we'd probably get shot no matter where we went. If you know, I think I'm pretty good at reading body language. That's all I got to say about that. Trying to make a food delivery. New York State Police Captain Joseph Kolick told reporters, not knowing what to do, the driver drove back to his home in nearby Middletown before going to the hospital. Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? They're going to say it's because he feared deportation. The man's wounds were listed as serious but not fatal, police said. The driver had recently moved to the U.S. from his native Guinea-Bissau to live with his family and was working for DoorDash to earn money. I'm not going to read the rest of this article, you guys. I'm going to leave that to you. Please let me know what you think in the comments section.
Chasing dreams, running fast, feeling no delay. We're the watchdogs, always watching what they say. Eyes wide open, we're taking what's ours. Breaking through the silence, aiming for the stars. The grind don't stop, we're living in the scars. On Watchdog Wednesday, we're raising the bars. We're the ones who won't back down, taking back the night and we're standing our ground. Every step, every move, we're breaking new sound. On Watchdog Wednesday, we're running this town. We're the ones who